I don't know you guys, but what decade would you like traveling? I would love the 80s. I could even visit my aunt Elvira, my aunt Elvira. I would love to meet her. Even that. But they'll probably see the ones in the 80s that they will say the 60s were the better. Just like the main character of this movie. Dark Wicked Night. I'm Divine. I'm going to review a great thriller movie before you that watching really bit called Last Night in Soho. So if you want to know my opinion, let's move forward. It's a great thriller and psychological horror directed by Edgar Wright. No, not Wright. Wright. It's about a young girl. She comes a small town from country to England. She accepted to be a study like a fashion designer, and she goes to London to study to become one. The problem that she gets awful moments not really accepted by her roommate and her friends. And then she moves to a new room and strange things happen. That's when she moves into a room upstairs from a house that belongs to an old lady. Every time she sleeps at night, she's traveled in the 60s times of that night. She has a vision about another woman lived at that time in the 60s. Was initially a good dream, but then the nightmare begins. I gotta admit that in this movie, each detail was very important. And I love the lighting, the neon lightings, especially blue, just like this setting, red, and other neon colors as well. The setting, these are the movies, the 60s, they were that very colorful, bright colors, popping, being different from the recent in London that's much more gray, if you know what I mean. Actually, London being gray is very cliche nowadays anyway. Most of the soundtrack is 60s music, just like the main character. Her name is Eloise, by the way, loves, and sets her to another time that is also the 60s. The same music that helped her to travel into that. I gotta admit that the director had a great job of making the colorful London of the 60s, the great recent ones. I really loved how the director was using details, just how they were important, just like the music, the setting, the colors, and the design, because they were set important roles into this story. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to present you the rest of the story. If you want to watch that movie, just go watch it and come back, or you don't care about spoilers, you can be here anyway, but your devices, so spoilers aboard. Eloise travels in time, meeting a young girl aspiring to become a singer named Sandie. They go to a famous bar where Sandie, this girl in the 60s, she meets a manager named Jack. when Eloise wakes up her dream, after seeing everything, she goes so enthusiastic that she designs the dress based on Sandie's. You're going to say that pink dress, her, like the mark of her. She draws Sandie her paper, and you know, even makes her hair just like Sandie's, make her turn into blonde. Then she goes for watching. Then Sandie has a fast date with Jack. She goes to an audition and she's upset at being turning into a singer. Actually, when she starts working, she realizes it's not what she expected to. Sandie actually, she has to work as a prostitute to reach influential men, and Jack, the manager, actually, he was a pimp. But Sandie's nightmares also becomes Ellie's too. Ellie and Eloise, if you know who I'm talking about. Ellie's haunted by Sandie's customers. She sees their ghosts even when she's awakened. She doesn't see them only when she's sleeping anymore. Ellie tries to be normal. She gets with a friend named John. They try to get really intimate, but that's when she has terrible vision of Sandie being stabbed by Jack. And Ellie was seeing that scene, screaming, astonished. And John was scared because he was doing anything. He thought it was his fault. But that's when the old lady, Mrs. Collins, her name, she goes in the room, she kicks the boy out. That I have to add that males are not forbidden. And then, but she was astonished because she believed that Sandie was murdered by Jack. She gets so disturbed that she cannot even attend college anymore. So she runs away astonished, horrified, until she tells the story to the police. She tells a story to the police about a young woman that was murdered years ago. Of course, the male officers mocked her to the police. They thought she was drugged. They thought she had, I don't remember the name. That disease that make you say things you're not supposed to, Well, I would believe when she won proofs, she even goes to the library to see any case of murder that happened in the early 60s. She see a bunch of men's kills, but she didn't see anything. That's when the ghost haunts her again, almost like thriller things. But then she got so desperate she even tried to attack her roommate by an accident, but she thought it was one of the ghosts. And I forgot telling that the woman who her son about her was a female police officer. Maybe because, I don't know, they don't want to have empathy for the poor girl. All men that surrounds Ellie frantically. He goes to the bar where she works, and Ellie tries to ask him questions because she believes that old man is Jack, and she even records their conversation. But actually, that old man, he wasn't Jack, but he was one old clients that got with Sandie. she discovered that after they had the tough conversation, and the man was accidentally suffered a car accident. Ellie, already desperate about that situation, not to live that anymore, she phones her grandma because she wants to come back. And she asks help for her friend John. Then she comes back to the room she's renting, and she tells the owner, Mrs. C. Collins, that she would like to come back home if she can because you know she can get with it. Then there's a plot twist because Miss Collins was Sandie. She tells them because the police was looking for her, you know, that female officer I had mentioned before. She went to the house and told Miss Collins about it. Sandie Alexandra Collins, her name. And actually Sandie was the one that murdered Jack and almost all her clients because she didn't want to be used and abused anymore. So she had to get rather than stabbing me 100 times into them. You know, Ellie was around weak because of tea, but her friend John knocks on the door, Miss Collins goes, and she stabs John. Alice, you know, tries to help. Something very ironic because, you know, like Alexandra or Miss Collins, I don't know. Something very ironic happens because Miss Collins says, oh, don't worry, dear, you're not going to stab like the others. But then she chases, you know, Ellie with it, the knife. And there is a very, you know, funny scene because Ellie's trying to escape her on the stairs and she sees, not the old lady, but she sees young Sandie singing a song with a knife. But Ellie couldn't escape, she locks herself in the room. Still, she's being attacked by the client's ghosts. But actually, the client's ghosts, those men, they're screaming for help. They weren't trying to harm her, actually. Those ghosts, they ask for help and to kill Alexandra. Finally, the old lady gets into the room and she commits suicide because she doesn't want to live a prison life anymore. Even though Ellie gets a knife away, meanwhile the house gets on fire. And she makes the girl say, and then the old young Sandie says, go away, I have to end this here. My life, nightmare started here, it has to end here. Go live your life and save the boy. And most important, save the boy. Then the firemen break into the house, they save Ellie and the boy John. See, almost there. In the end, she sees her clothing line be a huge success, based on Sandie's flowing dress in the 60s. Some were look good, some not. She sees her mother ghost and Sandie's ghost too. Yeah. Well, I don't know, guys, many people, especially critics, they hated the end. They thought the plot twist didn't make sense, or even the middle to the end. I really like it. I thought the plot twist was kind of interesting, you know. I like to ask people to like, how would you like the end? You that wouldn't like the movie, how would you like this movie end? I'm very interested to know about it because if you don't like it, maybe you have better ideas, I suppose. Well, this is the first movie I'm going to give, I'm going to give 9.4. I like it, even though I thought that the main actress, you know, Thomasin McKenzie that plays Eloise, she couldn't really scream. Her voice like and makes it. But besides that, the movie's pretty good. Oh, and Sandie's played by the great one, Anya Taylor-Joy. And the Jack, I guess I forgot Jack's actor's name. I guess it's Jack's. So if you like this video, please like this video, share around the people, subscribe to my channel for more horror and creepy movies review, and leave a comment if you like it or not. I really need to know your opinion. And that's it. The Dark Knight ends. I can really imagine, you know, Mel Morrow, you know, with a knife in her hand singing, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Mr. President, happy birthday to you." Why she's trying to stab you. I guess this might be one of the mainstream, you know, or not.